Question: how can I eliminate these rock-like tendencies?
Maharishi: try to be in the company of those who lack such a tendency. The vibrations of such people start working upon you. Then the force of tendency gets reduced. A cycle driven on a slope moves very fast. Similarly, the tendencies decrease very quickly in such holy people's company.
Question: do you also get dreams as we get?
Maharishi: I do get dreams like you. But there is a difference. When I get a dream, I am aware that it is a dream. But when you get a dream, you are unaware it is a dream. As long as you don't wake up, the dream seems true. So, whether you talk, sit, or eat in the waking state, all this looks true. But I am aware that whatever happens in the waking state is a dream. Therefore, I don't get deluded.
Question: why did God create this world? Why is this world visible?
Maharishi: someone inside you poses this question. God has made this creation to know the questioner.
Question: how can I experience God?
Maharishi: you want God for the sake of happiness. That happiness is within your heart. So when you experience bliss within the heart, you won't even like to turn your eyes and see God even if He descends taking a form. Such is the glory of that bliss.
Question: if God exists within our hearts, why can't we experience Him?
Maharishi: first, overcome your habits, mind wavering, and wrong thinking. You will then understand whether God exists within the heart or not. You presume selfishness to be the supreme good. You are trying to secure the ultimate good without getting rid of selfishness. It is not possible.
Question: I may not secure liberation in this very birth. Will you bestow me with at least an intense seeking for liberation?
Maharishi: you state, I have to secure liberation and need nothing else in return. If there are sincerity and dedication in such words, you will achieve nothing else other than liberation.
Question: to attain liberation, is my effort alone sufficient, or Guru's grace is also required?
Maharishi: the Guru inspires you to attain liberation. You get the thought to secure liberation only by the grace of Guru. Without Guru's grace, you cannot seek liberation. Once you attain immortality, you realize that your effort's contribution has been significantly less than the Guru's grace, and that everything is but Guru.
Question: how should I meditate upon the self?
Maharishi: meditate with the presumption that the self alone exists and nothing else. You will get positive results. Meditate with the thought that the self is not as you think so. It is as it ought to be.
Question: I want to attain self-realization. What shall I do?
Maharishi: you would like to earn jnana, but it cannot be earned because it exists naturally within the heart. Something that is earned gets lost in the process of time.
Question: we are circumambulating around this holy hill Arunachala. Do we get liberated instantly?
Maharishi: irrespective of whether or not you get instantly liberated, circumambulating around the holy hill generates more hunger. so you can then eat much more.
Question. We are worldly people. We are always troubled by some anxiety or the other. If one anxiety is lost, other crops up. If one disease is gone, another comes in. So we are subject to sorrow and disturbance continuously. Is there any way out for people like us?
Maharishi. Trust God. There is a God. Nothing comes without His knowledge. So if you have this living faith, all your anxieties will disappear.
Question. My ignorance obstructs me from knowing myself. How shall I overcome it?
Maharishi. You refer to yourself as ignorant and mention your ignorance as the greatest hurdle to self-realization. Who is the I that refers to himself as ignorant? If he is lost, ignorance is also lost. When you state, I have ignorance, your presumption is that I and my ignorance are separate. But ignorance exists in the form of I. Hence once the I is lost, the ignorance is also lost.
Question. My life has been full of sorrows and hardships since birth. Did I commit any mistakes in my previous births that have resulted in this sorrow?
Maharishi. If you are referring to the previous birth, there should also be a birth prior to this previous birth. So how many births will you go back? Stop worrying that your past actions have resulted in the current sorrow. If you think so, there is no end to it. Ignorance is the root cause of all your births. Ignorance prevails even now. Ignorance is lost due to self-realization. Therefore make an effort to get rid of ignorance. Have the company of holy people and read holy books for this purpose.
జ్ఞానం ధ్యానం సాధన ఒకటి లేని నాకు రమణ ఎట్లు దొరకితివి కారణమేమో జ్ఞానం ధ్యానం సాధన ఒకటి లేని నాకు రమణ ఎట్లు దొరకితివి కారణమేమో దేవావళి వేదావళి వెదకిన దొరకని దేవావళి వేదావళి వెదకిన దొరకని దేవుడీవు శ్రీరమణ జపతపములకు చిక్కెనవా రమణ జ్ఞానం ధ్యానం సాధన ఒకటి లేని నాకు రమణ ఎట్లు దొరకితివి కారణమేమో వీధులందు తిరుగుచున్న ఈ పామర జీవుని వీధులందు తిరుగుచున్న ఈ పామర జీవుని ఉద్ధరించిన రమణ పట్టితి శ్రీపాదం దాటితి భవసాగరం జ్ఞానం ధ్యానం సాధన ఒకటి లేని నాకు రమణ ఎట్లు దొరకితివి కారణమేమో పూర్వ పుణ్యం కాదు నేటి తపము కాదు పూర్వ పుణ్యం కాదు నేటి తపము కాదు నీ కరుణామృతమే నన్ను బ్రోచినది నాకిక జననం లేదు జ్ఞానం ధ్యానం సాధన ఒకటి లేని నాకు రమణ ఎట్లు దొరకితివి కారణమేమో తల్లి తండ్రి నీవేనయ సద్గురు రమణ తల్లి తండ్రి నీవేనయ సద్గురు రమణ ఆత్మ విచారం తెలిపి లోజూపు ఇచ్చితివి ఆత్మ విచారం తెలిపి లోజూపు ఇచ్చితివి నీలో చేర్చితివి జ్ఞానం ధ్యానం సాధన ఒకటి లేని నాకు రమణ ఎట్లు దొరకితివి కారణమేమో జ్ఞానం ధ్యానం సాధన ఒకటి లేని నాకు రమణ ఎట్లు దొరకితివి